Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode, episode 5 of Dragon Age Origins. Last episode, we were betrayed by Rendon Howe, and our entire castle was sacked and our family killed. Now we are here at Ostagar. We have joined the Grey Wardens, we are a recruit, we have not undertaken a joining. That's something that he wants us to do, is undertake this joining, a secret ritual that turns us into a Grey Warden. And he has left us to explore Ostagar, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to explore all this stuff on the right hand side, and we're going to look for codex entries and look for goodies and people to talk to. So this is Ostagar. This is just on the edge of the Korkari Wilds. I've just done my first codex episode, so my voice may be a little bit iffy because it was like an hour of talking, an hour of going through the codexes and talking. But yeah, so my voice may be a little bit thin, but I think I'm okay to carry on. I don't want to miss anything. I've got a soldier here.
Make her watch over you, my lady.
Very polite, thank you. And it's important to note so everything that we just done, an iron ring, we can sell that. And the castle with beef bone. So this game has gifts. They can be sold to a merchant or given to a certain party member to influence their approval rating. This game has approval ratings, so obviously we're not going to sell it, we're going to give it to the right party member. Who do we give the bone to? I wonder who. Yeah, so it's important to note that everything that we done there with the castle and Rendon Howe and the mother, father, and all of that, that was the origin story that I picked. So every origin story that you do, there's 6, I believe, lead you to Ostagar. So this is the common point where all origin stories lead you here, essentially, in different ways, which is really cool.
Make her watch over you, my lady.
I really like that. So we're supposed to find the Grey Warden Alistair. We're supposed to find Alistair, and we're supposed to find the other recruits, and then gather up at the fire and find out what we're supposed to do. But I'm going to explore first because, of course, now there's a chest there that I need to remember to come back to once I have a rogue.
Today, 2 units of men arrived every hour, and they expect to double that tomorrow. Still, the Terran worries that may not be enough.
Oh, I forgot to hit my stopwatch. How far? Right, okay, I need to add 3 minutes on. That's fine. Add 3 minutes on to the time I see there. So there's not much down this something, but there is a little bit of stuff you can do. You can talk to this guy.
The Tower of Ishal is off limits. The men stationed inside are securing it now.
The Tower of Ishal is off limits. Why is the tower off limits?
By orders of Terran Loghain. The tower is being secured by his men to be used during battle. I'm told they discovered some lower chambers, and they don't know how far down they go, so for now, everyone's to stay out.
That's quite important. Remember that for later on. Lower chambers.
I didn't see anything like that when I was there, but who knows?
That's quite important. Remember that. What is the Tower of Ishal?
I think they used it once to watch for wilders coming out of the forest.
It's a pretty large ruin.
Goes back to the time of the Tevinter Imperium. Dwarven make. That's probably why it's still standing. Make her speed your steps.
So he said that was Dwarven make. See, the Dwarves and the Tevinter Imperium have a long-standing alliance. They've had a really good relationship pretty much the entire of history. They've had a good relationship. So the Tevinter and the Dwarves do a lot of trading together. So yeah, that's partly why the Tevinter Imperium became so successful, because they were given Dwarven craftsmanship and enchantments on their weapons and armor and stuff like that. And they mentioned wilder folk. Those are basically chasing, like, barbarians, kind of living in the woods. Mentioned them in the Codex episode.
Hail, you must be the Grey Warden recruit that Duncan brought.
I am indeed.
This place hasn't seen such bustle in centuries, I'll wager. Need a hand getting anywhere?
Where is Duncan's tent?
Not far. It's straight ahead, just past the royal encampment. Most of your fellas are in the valley with the army, but the recruits seem to be staying up here for now.
So there is more Grey Wardens, but they're down in the valley with the main army. Looking for a Grey Warden named Alistair.
Try heading north. I think he was sent with a message to the mages.
And tell me about Ostagar.
Used to be a fortress long time ago, so I understand. Back in the days when the Wilders used to invade the lowlands. You were just on the eastern side of the ruin. The Tower of Ishal is there, but Tairn Logain's closed it off until the battle. This side is the King's camp. We've got the Grey Wardens here, the Circle of Magi, the Chantry. You can't swing a dead cat without hitting somebody important.
Is there anywhere to get supplies?
Quartermaster, he's just a bit to the northwest.
Where's the king?
Probably in his tent. He and Tairn Logain are on the southwest side of the camp. The king likes to spend time with his soldiers, though. Sometimes even without his bodyguards. Drives Tairn Logain wild, that does.
The Circle of Magi is here?
A few mages, yes. They even brought those creepy quiet fellows, the Tranquil. Gives me the shivers when they talk, all cold and even. They're to the north of here, bunched up with a herd of Templars glaring at them. Can't miss it.
So yeah, you can see, we'll touch on this just now. You can see the mages in southern Theris are treated with a lot of suspicion and a lot of, oh no, we need to really, really imprison them and really, really watch them because they might do something bad because they're powerful. They're mages. And a lot of that's to do with them being mages, just having more power, and also the possibility for possession by demons to so they can become possessed and become abominations. So yeah, so that's why he's talking about the Templars glaring at the mages, because in southern Theris they are not treated very well. And they mentioned the Tranquil there. The Tranquil are it's hard to describe. It's mages that either the Templars thought were too weak to complete the test that is required to become a full mage, or they were too scared to even attempt it and requested to be made tranquil. Being tranquil means that they basically cut that person off from the Fade. So it's kind of like cutting them off from their soul. It's kind of like that. It means they're not a threat. I mean, it's the way to make mages not a threat, but it also means that they're very emotionless. They're very matter of fact. They are fantastic at doing things. They're like focusing in on tasks, but they are very, very, yeah, you know, they're kind of soulless a little bit. Do I hear dogs barking?
This is Ferelden, isn't it? The king has his kennels on the west side of camp. Stinks from all the hounds. These aren't cute puppies, though. Some of those dogs bite the darkspawn and get too much of that blood in them. It's like poison. Slow, painful death. Terrible.
I want to ask you something else.
Go on, then.
I'll be on my way.
Good luck to you, then.
Fair. We got a new codex. We'll get that later. Right, so I want to go... No, oh, have I just opened that up? I have. That's fine. Right, so there's Cancalian, Logan. So we want to do everything on the south side because Alistair is on the north. So let's go looking. Here we are. Here's the king's tent.
Greetings. King Caelan is not in his tent right now.
Tell me about the king. You must see him a lot.
I suppose I do, though he's spending most of his time with the Grey Wardens. He rides with them wherever they go, in fact. Tairn Logain sees the king whenever he can and argues with him over coming battles, but the king just waves him off. The king wants to end the Blight with a single huge battle the bards will sing of for centuries. Do you think that's possible?
We'll see in the coming battle.
That's how the Tairn feels. He'll do what the king wants in the end, though. The king thought it was funny that Tairn called him reckless, and they fought about the queen.
The queen?
She's the Tairn's daughter. He wasn't happy about something she did or the king did, I'm not sure. I probably shouldn't discuss it.
I should
As
go.
you wish.
Over here we have Logan's tent.
You approach the tent of Tairn Logain. State your business.
Tell me about Tairn Logain.
How can you not know of Logain? He helped free Ferelden. He was the brains behind King Maric's armies and drove out those damned Orlesians. King Maric rewarded him by making him a Tairn. Can you imagine? A commoner became a high nobleman just like that. Without Loghain, you can bet the king wouldn't be winning against these Darkspawn.
Is the Terran inside? What is he doing?
He's inside, but I don't think it's my place to discuss his activities.
I would look an audience with the Terran. Oh, surely you can tell me a little bit about him.
I suppose, as long as we talk quietly. He and the king have been arguing for days. The Terran's known the king since he was swaddled, so they don't stand on ceremony. The Terran speaks his mind, and the king yells right back. Personally, I think the king should do what Terran Loghain tells him. Without the Terran, we wouldn't be doing as well here as we are.
I would like an audience with the Terran, please.
I suppose you have a message for him. Hold on, then.
Yes, what is it? Oh, you're Duncan's new Grey Warden, I assume.
How do you know that?
His Majesty could not contain his excitement after your meeting. How could I not hear about you? Kaelin's fascination with the Wardens goes beyond the ordinary. Are you aware his father brought your order back to Ferelden?
That is true. The Grey Wardens were exiled from Ferelden for a good amount of time, and that is in a DLC. Yeah, that's in a DLC. That's in a DLC they will do. I have heard that, yeah.
Marek respected the Grey Wardens. They have an honored place in the hearts of our people. But Marek would have understood that it takes more than legends to win a battle. That's not an argument I'll repeat here. You look familiar. Have I seen you at the Landsmeet?
My father was the Terran of Highever.
The king told me of his promise. I'm certain he has every intention of following it through. I don't suppose you'll be riding into the thick of battle with the rest of your fellows, will you?
I hope so.
Here for the glory, huh? Fair enough. Now I must return to my task. Pray that our king proves amenable to wisdom, if you're the praying sort.
And if he doesn't?
Then simply pray.
And we just met Loghain. Very important character in this game.
Look carefully, man. This wretched thing is a Darkspawn. They're strong and cunning and smart, but don't listen to those old wives' tales. They can be killed. Stick them with your sword enough, and they go down. Their blood is black as sin and poisonous. Don't even touch it. You get tainted with that blood, and you may as well slit your throat. We've lost many dogs already. Had to muzzle them to keep them from biting. It's a long and painful way to die.
But yeah, that is a Darkspawn corpse they have there.
Well, don't touch the carcass. We'll be burning it so it doesn't infect anything.
And that is true, the Darkspawn blood is very infectious. If it gets in you, it can taint you with light and kill you, or kill you. Yeah, essentially.
Maker watch over you, my lady.
I heard the king was even gambling with some of the men down in the valley last night. He's all right, he is.
So he's quite liked by
When do
his
the reinforcements
soldiers.
arrive? Are they really from Orlais? Darkspawn give me the shivers. The look in their eyes up close.
How do you do?
So you can see that women can be soldiers just as much as men in this game, in Thedas. Chest here. Practicing some archery.
This is supposed to be the battle that sends these Darkspawn back underground. You believe that?
I don't know what to believe. We've won every battle, but there's more of them each time.
Makes you wonder if them Grey Wardens are right.
I don't want to think about that.
Sounds like the perfect time to get drunk, if you ask me.
Has it been getting colder? Every day seems colder.
Good night for it, Warden.
And if we come down here... the dagger. Gale gloves. Okay, they're medium gloves. My fatigue goes up, so I lose a bit of stamina, but my armor goes up. But I'll also lose my... I'll take it. But I'll also lose my... I have a item set bonus right now. So if I equip... Let me test this out. So if I equip the scale gloves, I lose the item set bonus. So yeah, I don't want to Oh, I can wear the battle dress of the Provocateur. Because I can wear that now. That's much better than what I was having. Armor of 9. Fatigue 2.30. 2 dexterity, 2 armor. 5% chance to dodge attacks. 1 stamina. Really good. Perfect suit embodies the paradox of the Bardic Spy. Intricate details yearn for an audience, but a worthy owner gives only a glimpse in the reflection of a blade drawn swiftly from the heart. Now, if I equip this, do I get my... I do not. No. So I must need to... I've all studied leather. I might as well just have the scale gloves then, actually, now. So if I'm wearing the battle dress, it is better than what I had. So I'm not turning that down. Even better than the scale armor here that I've got. Oh, I can equip the Shield of High Ever as well. I can do that now. Forgot that I got my strength up to that.
My faith sustains me. I shall not fear 10,000 men should they set themselves against me. Blessed art thou who exists in the sight of the Maker.
My character is a religious character. Very firm believer in the Maker, very firm Andrastian, very firm all of that, because she was raised to be, because she's a noble in Ferelden.
There are lots of Darkspawn, different kinds. We're getting reports of things we've never even heard of. Our short friend here, for instance, is something called a genlog. They're pretty common in the Horde, but we've seen others much larger. We don't know where these new Darkspawn are coming from, or what they can do. All I can say is to use caution. There aren't any we've seen that won't die once they bleed enough.
Well, they're not new, really. Genlocks have been quite...
The last scouting party made it back last night. Barely.
What do you mean?
Only 2 of them made it, and one was minus a leg. Said they encountered some darkspawn that was 10 feet tall, with horns as long as your arm. The injured one died last night. They said his blood was already turning black.
Maker's breath. Where are they all coming from?
So that is in reference to an ogre, which is a type of darkspawn.
I want this nonsense talk stopped immediately. What are you, a bunch of nattering fishwives spreading gossip until you brown your small clothes out of terror? We've seen nothing to suggest that the Darkspawn drag our people underground to eat them. And I want this talk about Darkspawn enslaving survivors to stop immediately. Keep your minds focused on the battle. You fight for Ferelden and for your king. Remember that.
Well, actually, they do kind of drag people down to eat them. Sorry.
So there's supposed to be more of these Grey Wardens coming, I hear.
Petron said they were Orlesians, coming with a whole army of them fancy Orlesian knights.
If my pa wasn't already in his grave, that'd put him there.
You think they'll leave once this is done? If we ask them nice?
If they don't, then we keep on fighting, I guess.
I'd rather fight them painted fops than these Darkspawn. That howling of theirs gives me nightmares, it does.
So, yeah, they are referencing the tensions between Ferelden and Orlais. So, King Kaelin has invited the Orlesian forces to reinforce them, and there's not a lot of people happy about that because of the tensions between Orlais. Yeah, it's one of the, as you can imagine, it's one of the points that Logain is quite upset about. So, yeah, they do actually drag people down and eat them, and about enslaving them, well, that's not too far off from the truth either, in a certain kind of really gruesome way. Yep, we've got Duncan's tent, Hafter, Happy Bark.
You found our tent, I see. Is there something you need?
See what we can talk to about...
Alistair can help you with those. I had hoped he would be back by now.
So we can't really talk to Duncan much at the minute. But let's keep on exploring the southern side of the camp. They've got a knight here.
Welcome to the King's camp, my lady.
Oh, my TV is trying to turn itself off. Please don't. I'm still playing.
Hail. You're one of Duncan's new recruits, correct? I can't let you through to the Korkari Wilds until he gives the word.
Why not?
The Korkari Wilds is a dangerous place. More so now that it crawls with Darkspawn. They say the Great Blight began deep within its forests. One of our scouting patrols has been gone for 3 days. We're taking bets on who got them first, the Darkspawn or the Witches of the Wilds.
The Witches of the Wilds?
Oh, sure. There's an old legend in these parts about Flemeth, the apostate sorceress who conquered this area centuries ago. She united the chasing barbarians and invaded the farmlands. That's when the great hero, Cormac, destroyed her army with his. Took her head right off, so they say. Her daughters survived and became the Witches of the Wild. Tales tell of them plaguing this area since, mostly superstitions, stealing babies and spoiling milk.
So we actually heard about Flemeth earlier in the Codex episode that we done just there. So yeah, so that's interesting. Apparently she killed Lord Conobar Est or something. And you think these witches exist?
Only when it's dark and the wind is bad. No doubt those patrols met some Darkspawn. That's enough for anyone to worry about. At any rate, that's why Duncan doesn't want you wandering out without his say-so.
So we can't use this exegesis, but we will be able to at one point. So let's keep on exploring. I want goods. I want good stuff.
It burns! You need to convince them. We've got to run. The Darkspawn are coming.
Why'd you say that?
I saw them. We're gonna die.
I apologize, Warden. He's been like this ever since they found him in the wilds.
Is it possible he has important information?
The commander who brought him here didn't seem to think so.
You can feel it, can't you? They taint the land, turn it black and sick. Oh, you can feel it inside. They'll come out of that forest and spread. Like caterpillars covering a tree. They'll swallow us whole.
That's quite enough out of you. You need to calm yourself, my good man.
They were everywhere. I saw them. I don't want to see anymore. I close my eyes and... Please just leave me be.
I apologize if the soldier disturbed you. Ever since they found him in the wilds, he's been like this. It's so sad.
That's what the taint does to you.
Bless you today. May you find favor in the Maker's eyes. So let it be. Ah, I suspect you are one of the new Grey Wardens. Will you accept the Maker's blessing?
I will, thank you.
Then I bless you, Grey Warden, in the name of Andraste and the Maker above. May the chant of light carry your name to the ears of our Lord. Hello again, Warden. May the Maker guard you in the coming battle.
We'll show these Darkspawn they should have remained in the past.
I heard there was a giant bear Darkspawn with fangs as big as your arm.
Yeah, that's also true. Yori, this is one of the recruits we need to talk to.
Greetings. You must be the third recruit we've heard about.
Yes, I am police.
Sir Jury is my name. I hail from Redcliffe, where I served as knight under the command of Arl Eamon. I was not aware they permitted women to join the Grey Wardens. None of those I've seen thus far have been.
I'm a warrior, just as you are.
You obviously impressed Duncan, and that's enough for me. I hope we're both lucky enough to eventually join the Wardens. Is it not thrilling to be given that chance?
Aren't you nervous about fighting Darkspawn?
I would be lying if I said I wasn't. As a boy, my mother told us Darkspawn hunted down all children who misbehaved. It is a foolish superstition, I know, but I still shiver when I think of fighting them. Tell me, has anyone told you what this joining ritual entails?
It's all a big secret, apparently.
I never heard of such a ritual. I had no idea there were more tests after getting recruited. I suppose since you're finally here, I'd best get back to Duncan. I shall see you there.
So yeah, that is one of the things you can do. You can go and you can meet the recruits. So if we try and go through here...
Sorry, miss. The army camp is off limits for you right now.
That's the way to the army camp, but we can't go that way. There's a chest here that we can't get because we don't have a rogue. And there's a prisoner here.
Huh. Someone finally comes and talks to the lone prisoner. I don't suppose you've come to sentence me?
You haven't been sentenced?
No. They put someone like me in a cage until someone important has time to decide what to do with me. I don't suppose you have a bit of kindness in you? All I want is food and water. They haven't fed me since I was locked up and I'm starving.
Tell me why you're in there first.
I'm a deserter. Or so they think. I bet there's no arguing them out of it, though. Armies are funny that way.
Did you desert?
I wasn't deserting. But when you catch someone sneaking around camp in the middle of the night, what else are you gonna think? Does it matter? All I want is a bit of food and water.
It matters to me if your cause is just.
Oh, that's sweet of you, dearie. How about you marry me instead? At least I could get a kiss before they hang me. And it's not as if they're wrong. I probably would have deserted later. Just not when they caught me is all. Hope that doesn't spoil your opinion of me. I'm still hungry enough to eat my shoe.
Why haven't they fed you?
I expect nobody thought of it with all the battles and such.
I'll see what I can do.
Just ask my guard for his. He's still got some dinner. I saw him put it in his coat.
So yeah, a little bit of empathy there.
Lucky dog. You Grey Wardens get to ride with the king while I'm left with the drudgery of guarding this deserter. They should have just hanged him. Put his head on a pike as an example.
Who is the prisoner exactly?
They say he was recruited before the war up in Dinnerham. Probably figured he'd never have to fight if he served the king, right?
Why did he want to desert?
Why does anyone want to desert? Because he thinks he's going to die and he's a bloody coward, that's why. Either that or he's been listening to a bunch of hogwash about how the Darkspawn will drag you off and eat you.
I had a chat with him, actually.
Don't expect it was an enlightening conversation.
He asked for some food and water.
Did he now? Since nobody sends me nothing to feed him with, the only way we'll get that is if I give him mine.
So you missed one meal. This man's gonna be hanged soon.
All right, all right. I guess the poor fella could stand to have one meal in his belly before he hangs. Don't know why you care. I had nothing to do with it, though. If anyone asks why he's burping, I'm gonna say it was you. Just so you know.
So? Brought me some food, have you? I'm so hungry I could faint dead away.
Yeah, here's some food.
Much obliged. You're a kind soul, you are. May Andraste herself rain blessings upon you. My belly thanks you. At least if I'm hanged, I'll have a little weight on me.
There we go. We could have got something more out of that quest if I had been smart enough, but I wasn't smart enough. So we want to continue exploring.
Here in this hour. That may await. Death is no failure, my friends. Should it find you, you will not have failed your king. You will have served your maker. Die in this battle, and when you stand before the Maker in the land beyond the Fade, he shall not find you wanting. Go not into death gladly, but with the knowledge that evil has been held at bay by your spilled blood. My friends, let us bow our heads and remember those who have fallen and those who have yet to fall.
Hail, Grey Warden.
How do you do?
I do not have time to speak at present, thank you.
Well, fair enough. You do seem kind of busy. Now, can we say anything to Jory?
We should see what Duncan wants us to do
No,
next.
we can't. Okay, so let's just go and explore.
Your sons and daughters. We who betrayed your prophet Andraste now beg your forgiveness. Do not abandon us in our darkest hour. Watch over the valiant King Kaelin and guide him as he faces this terrible evil. Watch over Terran Logain and give him the wisdom to bring us victory against the Scourge of Shadow. Watch over Ferelden, the homeland of Holy Andraste. Keep her people safe from the Darkspawn. Let us bow our heads and offer prayers to the Maker, that he might find us worthy.
I think my character, I think Elise is taking some comfort in this little
Sisters of Ferelden, my sisters and gentlemen. let us consider the evil before us. In their pride, the mages of the ancient Tevinter Imperium sought to open a portal into the heavenly Golden City itself. They tainted it with their sin, and they were cast back into our world as Darkspawn. They are man's sins made flesh, an evil that spreads like an illness across our land. To face them, we must first face the evil within ourselves. Let us bow our heads and beg the Maker's forgiveness. Let us not be proud, so we may take courage against the darkness.
Yeah, I think my character is taking a lot of comfort from this, especially given the stuff that's happened. Oh yeah, I completely missed this. Kennel Master.
Excuse me, I must get the hounds ready for battle. Half the dogs are sick from Darkspawn blood. It's terrible.
I can't do that. I can't do that.
These are the hounds that are sick from the Darkspawn blood because they bite it and then the blood poisons them, gets in their system.
You there, elf. What's your name?
It's Pick, sir.
Go tell Tern Loghain that the war party's ready to begin scouting. We'll send word if we find anything amiss.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
What do you need? You haven't brought more instructions from the Tern, I hope.
Do you talk to everyone like that?
If I feel like it. If you're not from the Tern, what do you want? We're busy.
You don't look like the other soldiers in the army.
We aren't. We're Ash Warriors.
What is an Ash Warrior?
Our training has been passed down since Lathias the Dwarf Son first harnessed the battle rage of the dwarves. It is an old tale.
Can I hear this old tale?
I am no bard, but I will do my best. Lathias was a Clane tribesman. Some said he was too short to be a warrior, but he was strong and fierce. His chieftain sent him to the dwarves of Orzammar to negotiate an alliance, where he fell in love with the king's daughter, Skya, and brought her back to his tribe. She taught Lathias to use the dwarven battle wrath to summon his strength and ignore all pain. Lathias then taught this to the Clane, who made him their chieftain.
So the Clane is one of the clans, similar to the Alamari. And so you descend from the Clane.
They were simply the first to be taught. Others were inspired by his death to follow his path.
How did he die?
Lathias' prowess earned him the love of Morriganna, a beautiful chieftain of another tribe. When Skya learned of his seduction, she returned to her people. Lathias was grieved. He sent Morriganna away, but this only vexed her, and began a long war between their tribes. In the end, Lathias slew Morriganna in single combat. However, his wounds were great, and he perished when the rage ended. The dwarves came from Orzammar that day and gave Lathias an honored burial in the mountains. And we live by his teachings even today.
What happened to his wife, Skya?
It is said that before the final battle, she returned to Lathias and gave him a shirt of dwarven chain, along with a final night of passion. Then she was gone forever. If she lived on in Orzammar, only the dwarven folk could say for certain.
So he betrayed his wife and killed his lover.
He was a great man with great passions. Perhaps you'll hear a more inspiring version in a tavern someday.
So what does an Ash Warrior do?
We harness the rage inside us, nurture it, and draw it out so we cannot fall in battle until our last foe is slain. It is a dwarven discipline, but we've adapted it to let us fight alongside our hounds. That is our way. I trust my hound with my life, as he trusts me with his.
I have a Mabari hound of my own.
Then you are most fortunate. A trained Mabari hound is as dangerous as any sword. We do not speak of a city pet or those things that sit in an old woman's lap.
Why have you painted your dogs?
They use scent to distinguish us from our enemies, but the blood of battle can confuse them. So we paint ourselves with caddis, which overpowers the blood, and also paint our hounds so they know we are the same.
What if the enemy is painted with caddis as well?
Why? Would you steal our caddis and give it to the Darkspawn hordes?
I hope you're joking.
If you tried, we would kill you. And that is no joke.
What are you preparing for?
To scout the wilds and watch the progression of the Darkspawn horde. With luck, we'll find and slaughter many stragglers. The hunt will be good if my hound survives the blood of his prey. If he dies, I shall mourn tonight.
Survives the blood? What do you mean?
Darkspawn blood is poisonous, but not always fatal. Those who survive grow immune to its effects. The wardens say that tainted blood drives even the survivors mad eventually. But not today. Today, we hunt and we kill.
Wouldn't it be smarter to leave your dogs behind?
They fight at our side. We don't fret over their safety as if they were children.
I should be going.
My thanks. There is hunting to be done, and I'll not be kept from it.
So another Codex warrior there.
We are preparing for battle. This is a solemn time for us.
We must see to our hounds. To an Ash warrior, a hound is as much a weapon as a blade.
Right, let's keep on exploring the camp. There's still a lot of people to talk to. If I come over here.
Life is fleeting, you know. That pretty face could be decorating some Darkspawn spear this time tomorrow.
Sometimes the audio, the dialogue does this thing where it becomes really echoey, like...
Well, you're not what I thought you'd be.
This is Davith, our other recruit. And what did you think I'd be?
Not a woman, yet here you are. The name's Davith. It's about bloody time you came along. I was beginning to think they'd cook this ritual up just for our benefit.
What do you know about it?
I happened to be sneaking around camp last night, see, and I heard a couple of Grey Wardens talking. So, I listened in for a bit. I'm thinking they plan to send us into the wilds.
Aren't there barbarians in the forest?
Chasing barbarians, yes. Cannibals, and witches too. My home village isn't far, and I grew up on tales about the wilds. Even been in there a few times. Scary place.
Why are the wilds so frightening?
Cannibals, beasts, witches, and now Darkspawn. What isn't to be scared of? It's all too secretive for me. Makes my nose twitch. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Like we have a choice.
They're forcing you to be here?
I've got nowhere else to go after what Duncan saved me from. Anyway, I expect it's time to get back to Duncan. That's where I'll be if you need me for anything.
And that is the other recruit that we were meant to go find. Over here is the quartermaster. Chest that we can't open.
Have you seen an elf running about? Young woman, red hair, carrying a suit of chain.
Can't say I have, no.
Blast it. Where did she go? That suit better be patched up when she gets back or by the maker up. Oh, pardon my manners. My troubles are no concern of yours, I'm sure. I'm the quartermaster. Did you come for supplies?
Do you need help tracking this girl down?
Oh, I'm sure you have better things to do than run errands for me. I can find her myself.
What kind of supplies do you have?
Arms and armor, for the most part. It's for the King's men, but you Grey Wardens can buy what you need for a modest price. I also have some goods on the side I can provide. Strictly off the record, of course. To keep morale up, you understand.
Let me see what you have.
Let me know what you'd like.
Okay, and this is bartering. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sell a lot of stuff. I could sell the Reaper's Cudgel and get a lot of money. I could. I could get 300, a lot of money. So we're just going to sell all this stuff that we picked up. 339 soft. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. I'm tempted to sell it. I'm not gonna lie. Because will I use it? I don't know. Yeah, we're just gonna sell most of this. Apart from that, sell the iron ring. Smith sell the trap. We're gonna just sell all this apart from the potions and poisons, right? We'll keep the stuff that go for potions. I want the backpack straight away, very important. So the backpack increases your carrying capacity, essentially, so it's very important. Is there anything I actually want? I can get some recipes, which you need to craft things, essentially. My body crunch is basically a healing thing for my body. I don't actually have a helmet equipped, so I should get a helmet. If I sell this Reaper's Cudgel, I'll have enough money for like a good long time. It's not that important that I get money right now. But what I will do is I will... Do I want this? More armor or 3 physical resistance? Yeah, no, I think I want the 3 physical resistance. So yeah, that's good. So I could have sold that weapon and got lots and lots of money, but I don't think it's really important, and there's nothing there that I really seriously want. So talk to this. This is the Tranquil.
Welcome, young woman.
Who are you?
I am one of the Tranquil, my friend. I am of the Circle of Magi. But instead of casting spells and reading tomes, I spend my time enchanting. It is a time-consuming process, but invaluable. Enchantment provides the Circle its wealth. Certainly we would not get by on charity.
What is enchantment, exactly?
It is the practice of folding magical lyrium into items first practiced by the dwarves. The Tranquil have learned their runes, and we use them to apply a variety of magical effects. We create the glow lights, as well as the magic staff or the flaming blade. The irony, perhaps, is that it is our very disconnection to our former talents that allows the Tranquil to work with lyrium so. A true mage could not.
What sorts of enchantments are there?
Runes exist that hold the power of the elements that increase strength or swiftness. Almost any spell can be given permanency, given enough skill and lyrium. Naturally, the greater the power required, the more expensive the rune will become to create. True power comes with a price, as we know only too well.
You speak very strangely. Why is that?
Allow me to put it this way. Do you know why those with magical talent are feared?
Because magic is powerful and dangerous.
It is dangerous beyond its power. Those with magical talent attract demons and spirits. We can be possessed easily and thus become horrors known as abominations. Even those with minor talents attract hungry spirits. Anyone with the power may learn blood magic from these demons. Hence, we are considered dangerous. This is our curse. Thus, I was made tranquil, stripped of emotions and talent. I am no longer dangerous.
It seems like a horrid practice.
It might seem such to you, but I feel no horror. I am content to serve in my role.
How is someone made tranquil?
Our forehead is branded with magic, which stills our talent and mind. The process is irreversible as far as I am aware.
I feel badly for you.
You do? I feel nothing. As the name suggests, my existence is quite peaceful. I am alive, productive, and no danger to anyone. Surely that is not a terrible thing. Perhaps we may speak of something else. Do you need assistance? Goodbye.
That is the Tranquil. We're nearly done exploring the camp. We have a couple more conversations to have. We'll come back to you when... Come over here.
I'm sorry, but the mages must not be interrupted. I'm sorry, but the mages must not be interrupted.
The mages must not be interrupted. Their spirits are in the Fade.
The Fade?
The Fade is the realm of dreams and the land of the dead, or so the mages tell us. Regardless, they are not to be disturbed, not even by Grey Wardens.
I apologize. I'll go elsewhere. And over here is a character called Wynne.
Greetings, young lady. You are Duncan's newest recruit, are you not? He's not a man easily impressed. You should be proud. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Wynne, one of the mages summoned by the king.
I am Halise.
Well met, and good luck to you on the battlefield. To us all, in fact.
King Kaelin thinks the battle will go well.
The king must always seem confident. His behavior affects the troops' morale. He does seem to find his enthusiasm easily, though. Reminds me of a puppy. And I say that with both respect and affection. He is a fine man. To defeat the Darkspawn, we have to work together. It's not an idea everyone seems able to grasp.
You've faced Darkspawn before?
Stragglers, yes. Not the vast horde the scouts speak of. I wonder, how much do you know of the connection between Darkspawn and the Fade?
I know the Fade is where you go when you dream.
Anytime your spirit leaves your earthly body, whether it's to dream or to die, it passes into the realm we call the Fade. It's home to many spirits, some benevolent, others far less so. At the heart of the Fade lies the Black City.
So Darkspawn are just dream spirits?
Sadly, no. They are kin to neither the gentle Fade spirits nor the malevolent demons. Shamefully, they were once the souls of men. Some say the Black City was once the seat of the Maker. But when the mages from the Tevinter Imperium found a way into the city, it was tainted with their sin. That taint transformed those men, turning them into twisted reflections of their own hearts. And the Maker cast them back to the earth, where they became the first Darkspawn. At least that's what the Chant of Light says.
I've heard that story before.
It may be allegory, meant to teach us that our own evil causes human suffering. Or it may be true. It is as good an explanation as any for now.
I'll just kill every Darkspawn I see.
A wise attitude. It's worked well for me in the past. But I'm certain Duncan has more for you to do than talk to me. Back again? Don't the Grey Wardens need you? Off you go. I have preparations to make for the battle, and I won't be distracted.
Right, so that's pretty much it. We're going to end the episode here, and when we come back, we'll go meet Alistair and then progress on. See you then.